Let's talk about Mitt Romney.
Okay.
The man who may well become the most powerful man on earth.
Mm-hmm.
As a Mormon in the temple, I've been told, he would have sworn an oath to say that he would not pass on what happens in the temple, lest he slit his throat. Is that true?
That's not true. That's not true. We do not have penalties in the temple.
You used to.
We used to.
There.
Used to.
Therefore, he swore an oath saying, I will not tell anyone about the secrets here, lest I slit my throat.
Well, the vow that was made was regarding the ordinance of the temple.
It sounds Masonic, sir. It sounds Masonic.
Well, it's comparable. It's similar to a Masonic relationship.
Potentially the most powerful man in the world has sworn an oath, which he meant at the time, whatever it is now, that he must not tell anyone about what he's seen, lest he slit his throat.
That he would not tell anyone about his personal pledge to the Lord. We do not have penalties in the temple.
You used to.
We used to.
Brother Junior Warden, there is a report.
Filming the mysteries of Freemasonry is forbidden. So, using Masonic handbooks and helped by Master Masons, we have reconstructed the Brotherhood's rituals. Tonight, thousands of men all over Britain are performing these mystic rites.
But the danger, which traditionally would have awaited you until your latest hour, was the physical penalty, at one time associated with the obligation of a Mason, that of having your throat cut across had you improperly disclosed the secrets of Masonry.
According to their own video, today's Masons steadfastly keep the secrets of the rituals for innocent, if masochistic reasons.
Well, it's part of, if one breaches Freemasonry, then you take certain oaths, and one of them is that you'd rather have your throat cut than to divulge secrets of Freemasonry.
The sign is given by drawing the hand smartly across the throat and dropping it to the side. This is an allusion to the symbolic penalty at one time included in the degree, which implied that as a man of honor, a Mason would rather have his throat cut across than improperly disclose the secrets.
I don't think anybody very seriously believes that these threats will be carried out. But this doesn't detract from the psychological force of it.
We will now give to you the first token of the Aaronic priesthood with its accompanying name, sign, and penalty. Before doing this, however, we desire to impress upon your minds the sacred character of the first token of the Aaronic priesthood with its accompanying name, sign, and penalty, as well as that of all other tokens of the holy priesthood with their names, signs, and penalties, which you will receive in the temple this day. They are most sacred and are guarded by solemn covenants and obligations of secrecy, to the effect that under no condition, even at the peril of your life, will you ever divulge them except at a certain place that will be shown you hereafter. The representation of the execution of the penalties indicates different ways in which life may be taken. The execution of the penalty is represented by placing the thumb under the left ear, the palm of the hand down, and by drawing the thumb quickly across the throat to the right ear and dropping the hand to the side. I will now explain the covenant and obligation of secrecy which are associated with this token, its name, sign, and penalty, and which you will be required to take upon yourselves. If I were receiving my own endowment today, and had been given the name of John as my new name, I would repeat in my mind these words after making the sign, at the same time representing the execution of the penalty. I, John, covenant that I will never reveal the first token of the Aaronic priesthood with its accompanying name, sign, and penalty. Rather than do so, I would suffer my life to be taken. All around.
The sign is given by drawing your right hand flat, with the palm of it next to your breast, across your breast from the left to the right side with some quickness, and dropping it down by your side.
The execution of the penalty is represented by placing the right hand on the left breast, drawing the hand quickly across the body, and dropping the hands to the sides. I will now explain the covenants and obligation of secrecy which are associated with this token, its name, sign, and penalty, and which you will be required to take upon yourselves. If I were receiving my own endowment today, and if my first given name were David, I would repeat in my mind these words after making the sign, at the same time representing the execution of the penalty. I, David, covenant that I will never reveal the second token of the Aaronic priesthood with its accompanying name, sign, and penalty. Rather than do so, I would suffer my life to be taken. All arise.
In threatening to expose his brother Masons, Simons was only too aware of the traditional punishment awaiting Masonic traitors, being cut in half.
The penal sign is given by drawing the hand smartly across the body.
The threat is perhaps symbolic, but according to Simons, the reality is just as bad.
It's much more dangerous to receive a Masonic threat. It's not the sort of what the injuries to be inflicted. It means that a group of people who have power have this tremendous animosity towards you, a group animosity, if you like.
The execution of the penalty is represented by drawing the thumb quickly across the body and dropping the hands to the sides. I will now explain the covenant and obligation of secrecy which are associated with this token, its name, sign, and penalty, and which you will be required to take upon yourselves. If I were receiving the endowment today, either for myself or for the dead, I would repeat in my mind these words after making the sign, at the same time representing the execution of the penalty. I, covenant that I will never reveal the first token of the Melchizedek priesthood or sign of the man, with its accompanying name, sign, and penalty. Rather than do so, I would suffer my life to be taken. All arise.
The grip or token is the first of the 5 points of fellowship. They are hand to hand, foot to foot, knee to knee, breast to breast, and hand over back, and may thus be briefly explained. Hand to hand. I greet you as a brother. Foot to foot, I support you in all your laudable undertakings, knee to knee. The posture of my daily supplications shall remind me of your wants. Breast to breast, your lawful secrets, when entrusted to me, as such I will keep as my own. Hand over back, I will support your character in your absence as in your presence. It is in this position.
The thought of public figures like policemen, judges, and even cabinet ministers undergoing rituals like this strikes many people as bizarre. For others, like Brian Woolard, it is sinister, but Freemasons see it differently.
It's a form of symbolism. They're all symbolic, and
What is that?
The second token of the Melchizedek priesthood, the patriarchal grip or sure sign of the name.
Has it a name?
It has.
Will you give it to me?
I cannot. I have not yet received it. For this purpose I have come to converse with the Lord through the veil.
You shall receive it upon the 5 points of fellowship through the veil.
The 5 points of fellowship are inside of right foot, by the side of right foot, knee to knee, breast to breast, hand to back, and mouth to ear. The Lord then gives the name of this token and asks,
What is that?
the second token of the Melchizedek priesthood, the patriarchal grip or sure sign of the male.
Has it a name?
It has.
Will you give it to me?
I will upon the 5 points of fellowship through the veil. The person then repeats back to the Lord the name of this token as he received it, whereupon the Lord says,
That is correct.